It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, if someone wants to take us, it's gonna be a little difficult. Why would someone from a big agency ask someone that they're meeting to do a favor like that? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I decided that I wanted to do a story time video. I have never uploaded a story time on my channel, but I thought, considering the fact that we're all at home, I thought I might share something to entertain. Being at home, I've sort of like remembered stories that have happened to me. I actually told this story to Brian the other day. I completely forgot about it. I thought I had told him, but I hadn't. So there's that. And I have my receipts a little bit. I want to paint the picture for you of what was happening and what I was going through. In 2017, as most of you might know, in Puerto Rico we had a Hurricane Maria, and it was a Category 5 hurricane. Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was a rough time, and so a lot of people on the island lost their job, and I was one of those people. There was no like phone service, no internet, no whatever, and so after a couple of weeks you had like the accessibility of being able to drive somewhere and try to find like at least a bar of signal, and I was able to notify like my friends and families that I was okay. Now mind you, if you wanted to get off the island, plane tickets were like $1,000 and up. Like, it was insane. So it was really hard to get off the island unless you had that kind of money. Like, you could not leave. So my friends, without me really knowing, they created like this GoFundMe page where with my followers they were able to like get enough money for me to be able to get off the island with my cat and get over to my aunt's house in New York, right? Which was insane. Like, I cried like a baby. I was just like so thankful. I left for a little while, and while I'm in New York, if you look on my Instagram, you would know, especially around this time, that I was really super into modeling, that I really wanted that to go somewhere. And so you would see on my Instagram that I had pictures of my jobs, things that I was doing. And so like anyone going on there would know that, oh, this girl likes to model. I'm in New York. I have nothing going for me. I have no idea what I'm gonna do next, what's gonna happen. Anyways, one day I'm like sitting in the room and I get an email from none other than IMG Models. Okay, when I saw that name come up on the screen of my phone, I flipped. Like, I lost my, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even read the email yet. I was just like, oh my god. They sent this on December 13th, 2017. Hi there. This is, I think this name, I might change it just in case, but this name, we're gonna call her Laura. Hi there, this is Laura from IMG Models, New York. I'm Director of Scouting Runway Contracts. You were referred to us by our junior scout staff via Instagram. I didn't find that weird at all because a lot of agencies, like, they do scout models through Instagram, and they have scouters who are on the lookout, either like walking in the mall or down the street. I was just like, okay, cool. Like, they saw my pictures on Instagram. Like, what? Oh my god. I'm contacting you regarding a possible meeting at our New York office for a discussion about including you in an upcoming New Year Givenchy shoot catalog, subject to your first photo publishing with us. So I was just freaking out already because of the fact that they want to meet me and for me to go to their office in New York, because I'm like, I'm in New York. I literally just got to New York and already I have IMG hitting me up like, let's work. It goes on to say, also having viewed your photos via Instagram, we may be needing your modeling portfolio if you've got one. If not, then we can arrange a pre-approval shoot after our meeting. Agencies do tend to, like, if you don't have experience and they scouted you and you don't have a portfolio, a lot of the times they'll take you into their offices and like do like a test shoot to see how comfortable you are on the camera, how the camera favors you. Like, everything of this email just seemed very legit to me. Nothing really seemed weird. I had watched a lot of videos of girls that got scouted and it pretty much sounded like this. Further information, our December-January catalog will feature top designer brands such as Givenchy, Dolce & Gabbana, and others. During the shoot, we shall refer you to one of these high fashion labels in order to secure a short runway contract availability with them, as this is a big lifetime exposure for you. Kindly let us know your interest and availability by emailing your direct sale schedule so we can furnish you more details about your appointment at our New York office. And then the signature of the email just looked legit. Like there was nothing that set off a red flag for me. The email itself, like the email address, which is usually like an indication like if something's like sketchy, literally was not like at gmail.com. It was actually the @ and then the agency's signature, you know, NewYorkCity.com. Like everything just seemed so legitimate about the email. So anyways, I answer back. I of course give them my phone number. I basically let them know that they let me know when they want to meet, and I just pretty much arranged my week, right? And I let them know that I had a portfolio, which we'll get into that in a second. I actually did not have a portfolio. I had a lot of work and pictures that I had done, but I had never actually sat down to print out the pictures and put them into an actual portfolio. The next email that she sent me, the font changed. I seriously did not think anything of it. I didn't question it at the time, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, thanks for the prompt response. I have forwarded your cell phone number to Michael Bernard, Senior Publishing Director. He will be contacting you regarding a proposed meeting this week. Also, Michael has worked with models for top fashion brands in Paris and London. However, your approval is subject to Michael's decision, and remarks towards your interview and possible photo shoot at our New York office. Kindly acknowledge receipt of this email. If I may be of further assistance, do not hesitate to contact me. Keep that in mind, okay? I let them know like, hey, I'm confirming that I received your email. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, all of that. Yeah, I get it. The guy meets me and he decides whether or not like we are going to work together, if he wants me on the contract or not, blah, right? I was staying at my aunt's house. My dad no longer wanted to live in the city, and so he bought a house in Allentown, Pennsylvania. He could work in the city, but he didn't want to live there. I had not seen my parents or my family since I had flown in, and I thought, hey, it would be really nice to see them. Like, I really wanted to just stop in and say hi, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm broke. For the job that I lost, they were supposed to send out that one last paycheck, but we didn't know when that was going to be because, again, the situation on the island was just so bad. I remember having like $25, which is what the bus ticket cost to take me from the front of my aunt's house over to my parents' house. And I decided to get on that bus and just see them. I thought, hey, if I need to get back to the city eventually, I'll just ask my dad. I'll spend some time with them, whatever, and then I'll just ask my dad to borrow some money or give me some money, whatever. And I might get paid, who knows, during that time. I get to my parents' house. I tell them what happened. I also had told my aunt, like, oh my god, tía, mira esto, como que me escribió esta agencia super grande. Keep in mind, I still needed a portfolio, right? And so I tell my dad, I have pictures for my portfolio, but I don't have a portfolio. Can you take me, please, to create one? Because I need to have a physical portfolio in my hand. I could not figure out for my life how to make a digital one, so he went and bendito, he took me and we went to Walmart and we like printed off these pictures, and then we went to like an art supply store and we put in the pictures into this portfolio. So now I had my portfolio with my pictures to show this agency. I get a text message from Michael, and Michael says, hey, just checking in. I just want to let you know that I'd like to meet with you on Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me know if this works for you. I text him back right away and I tell him, yeah, perfect, that works for me. Like, I'll see you there. I'll see you on Monday. Thank you so much for letting me know. Doesn't write me back, right? This was, I believe, like on Saturday. Mind you, I got to my parents' house on a Friday. This guy writes me Saturday. Now that means I have to leave on Monday. I barely spent any time with them, and I spent $25 and I need to get back to New York. I feel really bad and I feel really sad because I'm like, wow, I barely spent any time with them and I have to go back and I'm probably gonna have to ask for some money. So anyways, I tell my mom the situation. I tell her I have to get back to the city, and my dad, my parents kind of understand now. They've come to like, they understand what I do now. But before, it was like, oh, like, how do you do so many auditions and tú estás haciendo muchas audiciones, tú estás haciendo esto y lo otro, nunca te cogen. My dad is like, no, como que tú vas a tener que hacer algo con tu vida porque yo no sé qué tú vas a hacer. And then he's just like screaming at me, and I start crying. Like, I'm in the bathroom crying because I'm like, wow, like, this is what a lifetime opportunity. Like, I'm actually gonna meet with an agency. Like, it's possible that I'll get signed. And I'm also nervous, low-key, like at the bottom of my stomach, because I'm like, what if I walk in and they're like, nope, you're not what we want because you're so short, and like, now I spent my time and my money coming all the way over here for nothing. So, and he's like telling me all these things because of course they don't understand how this works. Like, you have to go through a ton of auditions. My mom, being the person that she is, she comes into the bathroom and she sneaks me $25. She's like, here, don't tell your dad that I gave you this, and just get on the bus and let's see what happens. She's like, yo sé que Dios tiene planes para ti, yo estaré orando por ti para que todo salga bien. And I'm just like, thank you, mommy, right? So my dad is the type of person that gets mad, but he gives you the money. Like, for him, it's never a, no, I'm not going to give you this, because he's always very supportive. Always, whenever it has to do with things like this, even if I am getting paid, for him, it's like, no, you're going to have to get something real because that's not stable, you know? Anyways, this was on Sunday, right? I get a text message from Michael on Sunday saying, hey, just like checking in to see if you are still gonna come in on Monday at 3. I didn't get your text message, so just checking in. I don't have the actual text messages with me because I was like on my old phone. But anyways, and I sort of freaked out a little bit because I'm like, oh my god, like I confirmed you the same day. What happened? But you know, sometimes things happen, like you probably didn't receive my message because of some phone failure or something, I don't know. So I text him back right away and I'm like, hey, just confirming, like, yeah, I did write you back on Friday or Saturday, but just in case, like, I'm confirming again, yes, I'm available, I'll see you on Monday, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't write anything back, and me being the little paranoid person that I am, I email the lady from the email, since she told me that if I needed any help to contact her. I said, hey, so I received a text message from Michael this morning in regards to the meeting, which I replied to. However, I received a second message stating that he did not receive my message and wanted to verify if I could make it in. I just want to make sure that my message did go through this time. I was confirming that yes, I am able to make it in tomorrow at 3. She always emailed me back when I wrote her something in the beginning, like the first time we spoke, and she did not email me back at all. To this day, like, I never received an email back from her, so I was like, okay, whatever, like, maybe they're busy. Either way, I'm gonna make it to the office tomorrow and see them. I get on the bus, I'm super nervous, and it's only like an hour and a half drive. As I'm approaching the city, my friend, we're gonna call her Bianca, okay? Bianca texts me and she's like, hey, you'll never guess what. And I'm like, what? I have a meeting with IMG models today. And I'm like, no way, me too, at what time? And she's like, 3 o'clock p.m. And I'm like, me too, at 3 p.m. That's so crazy. And we start thinking, maybe they want to see us together, because her and me, we took a lot of pictures together on Instagram. People thought we looked like sisters because we both had like the curly froze going on, and so we thought maybe they saw one of our pictures on Instagram together and that's how they found me and that's how they found her, and so now they want us at their office to meet, and maybe potentially they want us to work together. Now, mind you, I had not told anyone about this because I am a big believer that I don't like telling people my plans or things that I'm doing until it's actually done and executed, because I kind of just feel like I jinx myself. So that's why I didn't say anything. But because she told me, I was like, all right, so we're in this together. Like, this is like our little secret, you know what I mean? So as I'm getting closer to the city, I get a text message from Michael that says something like, hey, can't wait to see you at our meeting today at 3. By the way, I did want to ask you something. If it's not an inconvenience at all, would you be able to maybe stop by and buy a refill card of $250 and bring it to me? When you get to the office, we'll reimburse you for what you spent. I'm not able to step out of the office right now, and I just really need that favor done. I stopped and I was like, wait, this is so weird. Like, why would someone from a big agency ask someone that they're meeting to do a favor like that? Don't they have like assistants? Like, don't they have someone in the office that can go get it done? Like, I don't work for you, I'm going in there to meet you. But it just seemed very, very sketchy. My heart dropped for a second because I just got all the weird vibes, and until then I had not felt anything weird. Like, I had not felt a red flag or had not seen a red flag until this moment. And I'm like, what do I do? So I don't answer the message. I decided in my head, hey, the meeting is in their office. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tell them that I didn't see the text message on time. I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it, because like, I have nothing to lose. Like, I'm not even signed with you for me to lose something, you know what I mean? So I decide to ignore the message. Bianca texts me and she's like, I just got the weirdest text messages from Michael, and I don't know how to feel about it. And I'm like, I did too. I don't know, something just seems really off and weird. And the thing is that they did not start doing this until the hour of the meeting started approaching. So we start talking, we're like, all right, so it's both of us together. We both know that we have this meeting at the same time. It is in their actual office. We confirmed this 10 times that the address and everything is the actual agency's office. You could Google like IMG's address and it will come up, right? So we're like, look, if anything happens, let's say we're gonna get kidnapped. We're there together. This is a street where there's other agencies there, like around each other. And so it's Manhattan. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, if someone wants to take us, it's gonna be a little difficult because we're not going into a random alleyway. Like, we're actually going into the agency's building. It might sound a little irresponsible, but we were just thinking like, you know what, it's fine. Like, we're together, it's 2 of us. We'll just keep an eye out, right? So I get to the city and we meet up and we take the train together to go over to the agency. As we get closer, we're getting like nervous. We're like, oh my god, like I hope this is real. We're just like chit-chatting with each other, and then we finally get to the agency. Now, the agency itself, when you open the door, there's a security guard and then there's this desk. Behind the desk, there's an elevator that takes you up, and there's nothing else in that room. And if you want to get back to the elevator, the guard or the person at the front desk basically has to let you through. So there's really no way for you to bypass them unless they know you're there. We go in and the guard's like, hey, how can I help you? And we're like, we have a meeting with Michael at 3 p.m. And the guard goes, okay. We go back to the front desk, and the guy's like, let me call up just to be sure, but yeah, there's like other people that have come here and I don't know what's happening. Behind the guard, there was like 3 other girls standing outside of the building, which I had no idea at the time they were part of this, but they were outside. So the guy goes, let me just call up. He calls, like he dials on the little pad, picks up the phone, and he's like, yeah, like he tells them, hey, we have these 2 girls here for Michael. And he's like, yeah, there's nobody by the name of Michael Bernard that works here. And we're like, wait, but we got an email and everything from the agency. Like, this is the email. We showed them. I don't know what to tell you, but no one by the name of Michael works here. So we had no idea what to do. Like, we were just in shock. The guard is like, yeah, I don't know. These other 3 girls, they said the same thing. And he was referring to the girls that were standing outside of the agency's doors. He's like, yeah, anyways, you had to step out. Like, he didn't allow us to stay in the lobby there with them. So we're like, okay. And maybe it was because they had already gone through this a couple of times, but they kind of like, the way they received us, it was like a little annoyed. Like, they were annoyed, you know? Which I guess I understand what was happening, but like, I'm just as confused as you are. Anyway, we step outside and we start conversing with these girls like, wait, this is so crazy. How are people so sick? Like, what is wrong with people? All of a sudden, this really pretty tall girl, she was foreign. Like, I'm not sure if she was Russian or if she was German, but she didn't really speak English. She didn't really speak English. You could tell that English was like not her first language, and she had a little bit of difficulty like understanding what was happening. She just approached so nice, and she's like, hey, are you guys here for the meeting too at 3? And we're like, yeah. And right when we're about to explain to her what was happening, she's like, yeah, they told me that I should get a $250 refill card. And we're like, you didn't get it, right? She's like, no, yeah, I bought it, but on my way here they told me to text them a picture of the front and back of the card. When I tell you that all of us like stopped, because it was like, none of us fell for it, but of course this poor girl fell for it. Like, they actually got one of us. One of the girls in the group, she grabs a girl by her hand. She's like, come on, let's go. We're gonna go and you're gonna go to the store and you're gonna return this and we're gonna report this as fraud because this is insane. Like, this is crazy. And the fact that they asked her for a picture of the front and the back, I would have triple questioned like the fact that somebody's asking me for this. Like, now you have no need to meet me. Why would you need a picture of the front and back of the card if we're gonna meet at 3 o'clock in the meeting? You know what I mean? Like, that is just insane. So the poor girl fell for that, and we were just like shook. Like, the fact that there's somebody that has our numbers and there's people that have this ill intent of taking innocent girls who all have this dream of like doing something with their lives, of being models, and they just went on Instagram, studied us, and said, all right, this would be a perfect victim, this would be a perfect victim. And just the extent that they went to make everything look so legitimate, I'm sitting there feeling like because I just spent money to go to my parents' house, to come back, money that wasn't mine. I spent money in a portfolio and all of this when none of this was actually real. Like, I literally wanted to burst into tears. And then remembering what my dad told me, I wanted to cry. Bianca worked downtown by Times Square, so we went down there because she had to go to work. So anyways, we went down to her job and we're just sitting there talking about it. And there was someone who I had lent money a lot of times, which is just another story for another time. But I had lent them a lot of money. Like, I never asked for it back. I don't remember exactly how it went down because I didn't ask them for the money, but they had ended up sending me like some of the money that they owed me, and I was able to have enough money to go back and see my parents for a little bit more because I felt really bad. I went over and of course the first thing that they asked me is, hey, so how did the audition go? Like, when do you find out? Like, what's gonna happen? And I'm like, oh, you know, these things take time. Like, I don't know. You could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks waiting for a response, which is true. And you could be chosen and not know it yet. So I don't know, like I try not to think about it. I just let it go, and if they message me, they message me. If not, then not. And they're like, oh, okay, whatever. And I just let it die there. And I never told them the truth. I never told them it was a scam. I never told them that I was maybe in danger, pretty much, because what if these people like decided they wanted to meet us and like hurt us or do something terrible to us? So anyways, I never told them. Oh, my aunt asked me the same thing. That was that. I felt so terrible. But anyways, that is my story on how I pretty much got scammed. Oh, one last thing I want to know is that a lot of other agencies were actually going through this on Instagram. There was people from from other agencies in the city saying, hey, if you receive an email from someone saying that they're scouting you and it's not from one of these emails, no, it's a scam, or just know it's not us, it's fraud. And all of these agencies like spoke out on their Instagram, warning other models. I'm not sure why, but at least I never saw anyone that represented IMG models on their Instagram talk about this. Like, they never talked about what happened. And maybe they did and I just never saw it. But yeah, that was pretty much it. It was really crazy and scary, and just the mistake I did was not calling into the agency and asking if this person actually worked there. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.